All right, 2 pay-per-views this weekend, and well, I think we all know which one was the better one. So, let's get it started. Ring of Honor Final Battle. But actually, before we get into it, I do need to talk about something that happened, and that made me very happy. Very happy, happy camper, very happy boy. So, on the day of Final Battle, my father needed to go and get his, he was doing his eye exam. So he got new glasses and all that stuff. It's all nice, right? So after the eye exam, normally they tell them, okay, you gotta wait now for a couple of minutes while your eyes get better or something. So we wait in the mall for a bit, right? And eventually my dad goes, oh, well, let's go to the EB Games store to kill time. And he did something amazing. He got me an early Christmas present. I thought he was getting me a Christmas present, just a regular Christmas present. So I was trying my best not to look. But he just went, you know what, screw it. We'll just say it's an early Christmas present. And I got Sonic Frontiers. Let's go! I love Sonic Frontiers, so I cannot wait to play this. Videos of it probably won't start coming until the new year, if I had to guess. But this is sweet, dude. Oh, man. And they're gonna be long ones too. I've already thought it out. They're gonna be pretty long videos of Sonic Frontiers, but I'm so excited. This is gonna be great, man. This is gonna be so much fun. And then I also got a Kenny Omega. It was an exclusive Kenny Omega that's like the Street Fighter one, which is sweet, and I'm gonna wrap that present up today and gift it to myself on Christmas Day. But yeah, that's what happened before the pay-per-view. Now we can get into the pay-per-view. So, Ring of Honor Final Battle. We didn't see the pre-show, so we're gonna skip the pre-show. We're gonna get right into the show. So the show's kicked off with AR Fox and Blake Christian facing Rush and Jalistico, who I didn't know Jalistico was also his brother. So yeah, the match was pretty good. It did get a bit sloppy at times, and definitely the finish of the match is where people are gonna remember this. So the finish was AR Fox pins Jalistico, but I looked like a botch. Jalistico, very clearly, his shoulders were not down, and the ref counted 3, and Jalistico, he clearly kicked out before the 3, but then they're like, no, that's it. So, botched finish. That's not a good way to start the show. After the match, Rush and Jalistico beat up the faces to kill time and be like, oh, well, that wasn't supposed to happen, so we gotta kill some more time. Mercedes Martinez defended her Ring of Honor Women's Championship against Athena. The thing with this one was Athena is, of course, the heel in this, but they're in, I think, Arlington, Texas, which is, Athena is from Dallas. So, she was the face in this one. So, sometime during the match, they quickly switched the roles. The match was fine. There was a really cool, suplex from Mercedes Martinez to Athena. They were on the apron and then they got suplexed into the floor. That was awesome. And then in the end, Athena hit the Eclipse. I know it's not called the Eclipse anymore, but I still call it the Eclipse. On Mercedes. And Athena is now the new Ring of Honor Women's Champion. That's awesome. I'm glad for Athena. So I guess we're going to be seeing her on ROH TV. We then had Swerve in Our Glory versus Shane Taylor Promotions. I think we all knew that this was going to be another dissension for Swerve in Our Glory, and it was. Because after a botched up tag move where Keith Lee accidentally forearmed Swerve, Swerve just went, alright man, I'm out. And he left. He walked away. Just like Keith Lee did against their match with the Acclaimed, Swerve walked out. But this time was different, and Keith Lee actually on his own then went on to win the match. So I got two things right. I had Swerve and Our Glory winning, but I also had Swerve walking out. I just didn't know that both the things happened. So I thought it was going to be one of the things, but it was both. So I'm awesome. I am just the best. Then we had Dalton Castle and the boys defend the 6-man tag titles against the Embassy. The Embassy won. It was pretty much just the Embassy killing them all. Like, the boys got no offense in, and the Embassy killed them. Dalton Castle got a bit, but it was mainly the Embassy just crushing them and proving their dominance. And the Embassy are your new 6-man tag champs. Not against it, even though I picked Dalton and the boys. I'm like, I get it. It makes complete sense. Daniel Garcia defended the Pure Championship against Wheeler Yuta. And sadly, after a great match, Wheeler Yuta beat Daniel Garcia with a roll-up. God. No, it wasn't even a roll-up, sorry. He did the crucifix elbows and Daniel Garcia got knocked out, so the ref stopped the match, which sucked because I so badly wanted Daniel Garcia to win. But Wheeler Yuta won. Oh, man. Well, hopefully this feud's over now. It looks like the Jericho and Blackpool Combat Club stuff is done now, so we don't have to see any more of this. But yeah, this also goes into what I was thinking, that there's going to be like, the Blackpool Combat Club is going to split up. So you're going to have Danielson and Moxley be your AEW contingent, and Wheeler Yuta and Claudio are going to be the Ring of Honor contingent. Yeah, there was also a good point in this match. Daniel Garcia purposely was putting Wheeler Yuta in the ropes to use up his rope breaks. That was good. And then we had match of the night easily. FTR defended the tag titles against the Briscoes in a dog collar match. This match ruled. This was awesome, dude. I loved this match. There was a spot. There's so many spots. They had set out a table, but it was a red herring. Never actually used the table. There's a spot where Mark Briscoe's up on the turnbuckle, and he's tied to Cash. Cash pulls him off with the chain, and he just goes like a freaking just rockets down to the floor and lands on the chairs. It was nasty. Everyone's busted open and bleeding. I think Mark Briscoe started bleeding like 3 minutes into the match, so that tells you how crazy we were going. We had a good spot where Dax did a pin similar to the last match they had, but Jay kicked out. And in the end, Jay Briscoe made Dax Harwood tap out, and the Briscoes won the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. After the match, the Gun Club attacked the FTR, but the Briscoes came to kind of run them off. This was match of the night. Easily, dude. This match ruled. It was the longest match of the show, and it deserved to be, because this was the match where you're like, oh, I'm paying full 100% attention to this. Then we had Samoa Joe defend the TV title against Juice Robinson. A good match. A good match. I really enjoyed this. And it was a good one. You could tell it was good because after the Briscoes FTR match, the crowd wasn't tired and I wasn't tired. This wasn't a cool down. This was still just like a hard hit and while we're going crazy match. And it was Samoa Joe hit the Muscle Buster and Juice Robinson, and he retained. Then in the main event, Chris Jericho defended the Ring of Honor Championship against Claudio Castagnoli. If Claudio lost, he would have had to join the Jericho Appreciation Society, but we don't have to worry about that because Claudio won, beating Chris Jericho with the swing. He just constantly kept doing the swing, and Jericho had enough and just tapped out. Never seen that before, and that was a real cool finish. I like the finish. And then we had a great part with the crowd, because every time I was like, say for example, they're doing the punches in the corner. Anytime the crowd got to 8, the crowd would just go, "Oh, Joe!" It was awesome. But Ring of Honor Final Battle, I give it 8.5 out of 10. It was a great show. I really like this show. This is how you end the year. Well, you don't end the year. It's an NXT Deadline. So, kicking it off, we had the Women's Iron Survivor match to determine who would be the number 1 contender for Mandy Rose. In the end, Roxanne Perez won. She had 2 points at the end of this whole thing. She won. We actually have here statistics on who won. So the person who got the first pin was Zoe Starks. She pinned Roxanne Perez. Then Cora Jade got a pin after pinning Kiana James. Indy Hartwell then got a pin after pinning Roxanne Perez. Then Roxanne got 2 straight pins, one on Zoe Stark, one on Cora Jade, and there we go. Then we had Isla Dawn versus Alba Fire. Not gonna lie, straight up skipped this match. Same with the next one. The New Day beat Pretty Deadly to win the NXT Tag Team Championships, which that actually shocked me. I was like, oh damn, I guess New Day's staying around for a bit. No love lost between me and Pretty Deadly, so New Day winning, that's fine. But I skipped this match, these last 2, because I didn't care. Then we had the men's Iron Survivor, and the statistics on that were Carmelo Hayes got the first fall on Axiom. Then Grayson Waller got 2 falls right away because he did his little, running outside, roll into the ring stunner on Axiom and JD McDonough on the same time. So he got 2 falls back to back, that was good. That was a good spot. Then Axiom pinned Grayson Waller, and then he got another fall after that, pinning JD McDonough. Then Joe Gacy got a fall in on Axiom by making him tap out to the Rings of Saturn. Joe Gacy then pinned Carmelo Hayes with his his handspring lariat, which Carmelo Hayes sold like Dolph Ziggler. Carmelo Hayes then got the next fall on Grayson Waller, and then Grayson Waller at the end pinned Axiom, and Grayson Waller wins the Iron Survivor with 3 points. Did not expect Grayson Waller to win, but I'm happy he did, because at least it's not Carmelo Hayes. Again, nothing against Carmelo Hayes, but this dude's in everything, dude. Calm down. And then in the end, we had Braun Breaker defend the NXT Championship against Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews getting more and more frustrated in this match because he couldn't beat Braun Breaker. But of course, Braun Breaker speared him, wins. That was Deadline. It was just very meh, like every NXT pay-per-view. And that's it. That's it. We're done. Isn't that beautiful? This isn't the last one of the year. We have AEW Winter is Coming, which is the next one, which I will be doing a mini review on that. And that'll be it. I think that's it for Diary Logs this year. Crazy.